Who's number 26?
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's game. I'm Dean Saraceni.
I'm Bree Organt.
And we're here to see the Calvert Hall Varsity Soccer Cardinals against John Carroll. Again, they played yesterday against Gilman, a makeup game from last month. And they actually lost in double overtime again. They lost on a PK, 2-1. And now they're coming back here after now 2 straight overtime losses against Gilman and then Friday against Loyola. And even worse off, now they have a couple more injuries with Jake Bleacher out for indefinite amount of time, and Sean Barwick, who broke his collarbone, and I believe he's done for the season.
Yeah, third game in 5 days. So this is a big test for Calvert Hall's fitness, one, and also their mental strength, too. After coming off of 2 overtime losses, it can really be morally defeating. You know, you lose some confidence after that. You just fought it out with Loyola, one of the best teams in the MIAA, and what really felt like a win until the very end. It was an unfortunate finish. So, and then against Gilman, a team who Calvert Hall coming in thought they should have beaten, coming out thought they should have beaten, yet in double overtime, again, same old story. Calvert Hall losing in double overtime. So now we'll have the kickoff. Calvert Hall attacking the right-hand side towards LaSalle Road. Bender already with a quick shot, and Calvert Hall already on the score sheet with a shot on goal. Quick run through the starting lineup. Up front, we got Guidi, Luke Faris, and Dylan Burris. In the midfield, we have Ben Bender, Chris Link, and James Garfink. And in the back, we have Clay McComas, Dom Corona, Andy Christ, and Cam Oren. So, interesting lineup. As Dean said earlier, we have a bunch of injuries taken out, especially the back line.
Adjusting to the loss of Bleacher and Barwick especially. But again, still with Bobby Wells, who's now been cleared, I believe, cleared to play. He's on the sideline today. He may be getting on for a couple minutes later today. But still without him at full strength, without Damsgaard, without Nick Long, Gizriel, we're still really depleted in the back line.
Yeah, it's good to have Bobby Wells back, finally get a substitute for our defense. The 4 guys you see on the field right now, they had to play all 95 minutes against Gilman. So it's really troubling for Calvert Hall, knowing that they don't have that backup plan. So it's good to see that we have Bobby Wells back finally. It's been 6 months since he last played. So it's important to see, reintegrate him into the lineup and see what he can do if he's back up to full fitness. It's a good game against John Carroll. Sort of a test run for Bobby today. So we might see some limited minutes from him today.
Really takes the ball, hits it wide. Tom Cronin's going to let it out. Meanwhile, the starting lineup for the John Carroll Patriots, Jordan Romero, number 26, is starting, along with Ian Bayer, Kyle McCulchick, Wyatt Moran, Gavin Green, Christian Smith, Tyler Hayden Gang, Jed Furcani, Ryan Rosensteel, and Derek Pete.
Yeah, 2 main guys you'll be looking for today from John Carroll are Jordan Romero and Gavin Green. They're the facilitators of John Carroll's attack and defense with Romero on that back line, but he can definitely get up and attack for John Carroll. Chris Link was the goal scorer for Calvert Hall yesterday against Gilman, and you see him in the starting lineup today. Starting to gain form. He started off the season with more of a lesser role for Calvert Hall, but with all the injuries, he has found his way into the starting lineup and taking advantage of it, as we saw yesterday against Gilman.
Andy Chris has it down the sideline looking for a cross. Gonna drop it back now. Chris Link's gonna cross it in, looking for Bender. He'll pass it, but Don Cronin's there for the strike, but he's gonna miss him up for a goal kick now.
Kid lives in my favorite town.
Jennifer Caney drops it back. Caney looks up. Ferris drops it back to Clay McComas. And adjusting that center back role very well after the loss of all these defenders. And again, Andy Christ, second game starting now with the team after yesterday against Gilman. Good touch by Burris. Link another touch. Bender's all by himself. He's going to be headed away by number 15, Tyler Rosso.
In the reverse fixture, back last month in September, Calvert came out with a 4-0 win, very convincing against John Carroll up in Bel Air. They're definitely looking to repeat that result today here at their home stadium.
Especially need to bounce back after these last couple of games. They're 5-5 in the MIAA right now. Still in the middle of the pack for a playoff position. Now, a little under half of the season to go. This is one game they really need to win here.
Yeah, we've entered that second cycle of games against all the teams. Very important stretch right here. As I said earlier, the third game in 5 days. So this is a huge test for Calvert Hall. I wouldn't expect the same 4-0 result. I would love to see it, but you can't blame the Cardinals if they are a little bit tired. Definitely after a grueling double overtime match yesterday.
This was another double overtime match on Friday before that. And then even more on Thursday, as Calvert Hall looks for a way to get off field. Thursday at 6 o'clock, Calvert Hall will play at McDonough. So another game, 3 games this week. 4 games in 7 days. It's going to be a really grueling week for them. Bender outside the 18, looking for a way around. Calvert Hall can't get a shot off. Cleared away by John Carroll. Devin Green looks up, but it goes all the way down to Spencer Nance. Headed away by John Carroll, not for Caney, but Burris takes it back. Good 1-2 there between Burris and Ferris to get the ball down to Don Corona out wide. Good idea for Calvert Hall to drop it back and possess the ball.
Why don't we wait till somebody scores and then reset?
We could just pause it and stop the starting for a second to see what happens. Hold on. Handed back by Bender. Nobody's there. Burris takes it back again though. Facetta's on sides. He's gonna flick it over the keeper, but cleared away. Rosensteel with the clear. Now Guidi at the 35-yard line, being tracked by number 5, Ian Bayer. Big shot off the crossbar from Bender.
Handball from Guidi, though. Yeah.
Another great shot there from Bender. Reminds me of the shot against Carroll 2 weeks ago.
Him and Luke They love that crossbar. I would love to see how many crossbars that I think I can recall 3 from each of them, but both of them have a very strong foot. Bender with that left, Luke with that right, and they've had some convincing shots that have nailed off the bar.
That's good, that's good.
I was going to announce it. Entering the game for Calvert Hall, James Garfink. He replaces Dylan Burris. Warren taps to Guidi. Finds Garfink in the middle of the field. Facetta finds Link, who hits back across. Good touch there from Lufero Reese. And Chris going to retain possession for the Cardinals. Now he's going to be able to get a cross off here. Good shot for Luke Reese, but it's just wide. And they're going to call a corner kick. Calvert Hall's first of the day.
Ten minutes in now, Calvert Hall starting to break the ice with some opportunities. Keynote Ben Bender drilling the crossbar, but now Calvert Hall with their first corner kick of the day.
That's going to be in for a goal right there. I believe that was Reese. Walking across the middle. Three or four hits blocked by the goalkeeper once or twice, but good play there to get the lead for Calvert Hall now, 1-0. About 10 minutes into the game. Nice lead break.
A little bit of sloppy defending, but Calvert Hall is keen to pounce on it. Whipped in very well, and it first found the foot of, I think, Ryan Facetta, and then stopped by the keeper, Derek Peaty. But Luke Ferris was on that near post, ready to tap it in, and it it floated in. So Calvert Hall off to an early lead. We've seen this in recent home games, and it has worked out well for Calvert Hall, getting that goal within the first 10 minutes or so.
And again, it goes back to what Brady, Mr. Long, and I have been saying the last few weeks. The set pieces for Calvert Hall. I've been practicing them the past few weeks, defending and attacking on them. So let's see them score one after the last couple weeks with Gilman with a PK and Loyola and Curley getting a lot of free kick goals and corner kick goals against them. So let's see Calvert Hall get one for a change. Facetta's got a good chance to find Link running down the sideline. Now Chris. Ooh. A little bit chance for Calvert Hall, but over the bar could be a goal kick for John Carroll.
Bender dropped that kid. That was impressive, but just unfortunate from Link. Wasn't able. It was in the air. He was floating, but it was. He had a bad angle. I'd say you can't fault him there.
You should say that's not the first time he's kind of hold John Carroll.
Good touch from Facetta looking for Reese again. He's going to keep it in. Cross it back now looking for Andy Chris, but it's going to go by him to Colin Colsick. Team gang now. Keep the ball away from almost 4 Calvert Hall defenders. Ian Baird goes with the ball. They're going to call foul and gang. It's going to be a free kick for Calvert Hall right around midfield. John Cronin and Guidi passing the ball back and forth. Now goes back to Cam Warren. Ferries now looks wide for Don Corona. Brings the ball back. Now Bender. Nice flick looking for Ferries. Taken away by John Carroll and cleared up field looking for Gang. Gang's playing one-on-one with McComas. Comas is going to win the ball back though and look for a pass upfield. Potentially going to turn and drop it back to Cam Warren now. Not much pressure on him.
I just don't think he was offsides, but I don't have the same view as the Seisman, so I'll trust him, I guess.
John Carroll free kick goes short, now taking the ball up the sideline. Good interception and tackle by Chris Lake. They're going to call another foul, and John Carroll's going to be a free kick for Calvert Hall on the 43-yard line. Calvert Hall really putting pressure on John Carroll inside their own box.
Yeah, they've really kept the ball on the attacking side of the field. Haven't seen much from John Carroll. They've started to get in the midfield like they do right now, but then quickly turn it over to the back line, and the back line just recycles it. So, and again.
Ball getting cycled back and forth between both teams. Guidi's handles possession for Calvert Hall now with Ferris.
And while there is getting passed back and forth by both teams, the difference is that Carroll has turned their chances into shots, and that's why they're up 1-0 so far, with a couple of shots on goal too.
Calvert Hall tries to find a cross in the middle of the field. Hayden Lim's getting ready to come on. Ferris goes to get the shot, but he's shouldered off the ball by John Carroll. John Carroll once again can get around the Calvert Hall attacking half. And after they get by him, it's going to be a foul now against John Carroll once again. This time on Garfing.
From an unbiased standpoint, I don't know if that was a foul. I could really hear the all-ball kind of contact there. But fortunate for Calvert Hall is now they're on the attack here.
Ball's blocked, but Calvert Hall keeps it in the box. Bender looking for any position to get a shot off. Just drop back now. Garvin finds Cam Warren. Guidi's got it. Dom Corona, one defender to beat. Who's pass? He has a chance to get fair release, but he's not going to get there, so he picked up by Pate.
Literally how it's spelled.
John Carroll switches the field. Good chance for John Carroll. Still there, was going to go out of bounds. Ref's allowed to play. Stop the clock. Stop the clock. Who we sub out for, which is fine. Battle in the air for both teams, subbed down by Calvert Hall now. Bling playing the left wing, hits it up, looking for Pacetta. Two out of bounds. He came in. Lynn to
Lincoln Guidi. No, Link's coming off.
Lynn.
Oh, Lynn.
Entering the game for Calvert Hall. Patrick Tejada, Hayden Lim, and Shane Allen.
Link for San Guidi.
They replace Chris Link, Ryan Pacetta, and Andrew Guidi. 0%.
Like the 0%. Talk about how stagnant we are. We're so
Calvert Hall's at the box, good shot from Ferris. Block. Bender's gonna get there for Calvert Hall's second goal. Stop the clock. Great play right there, follow up for Ben Bender. Takes the lead 2-0 for Calvert Hall now. Yeah, that also starts there with the shot from Ferris though. Great play though.
Yeah, great play from Luke to create the chance, and Bender always wary of that second opportunity with the tap in, and that's the second opportunity goal scored by Calvert Hall today. And 20 minutes in, Calvert Hall up 2-0. Promising start, but they definitely need to keep it up here. Can't slow down, can't sit back. They definitely cannot be stagnant here. If I'm Calvert Hall, my goal is to put a couple more in this half and go into halftime with the game to bed already.
I'm not
saying that. Why would I say that? You say that.
Start the clock.
Did they? Gotta watch it. Go out of bounds for John Carroll. Goal kick. Yeah, no, big strong lead for Calvert Hall these last two games. This is a big thing they really needed.
Yeah, but obviously they cannot let up here. They got to keep it coming. Don't want John Carroll coming back and scoring two, of course, and forcing this into overtime. Calvert Hall has not had the best luck with overtime as of late. Gizrael has come in for the first time in a while. He's active after a knee injury.
It's good to see him back in action. Hayden Lim's got a run there, but hit away by number 24, Ryan Rosensteel.
Clay McComas plays up on the wing to Andy Christ. Andy plays on to Shane. Shane Allen with the ball now. Stumbles a little bit, plays it back to Hayden Lim. Hayden to Bender. Bender with the shot. Deflected. And I'm going to call it a goal kick for John Carroll. But good piece of passing right there from Calvert Hall, and definitely promising. See some guys like Clay McComas play on the back line. He's had to step in after all these injuries. And Shane Allen, who came in as a substitute, playing up front. With Sean Barwick out now, he's going to be getting a lot more minutes. So it's good to see him get some touches. He played a nice ball to Hayden. And here he is again with the ball. Just bounces off a couple feet, and John Carroll will have a throw-in. Looking to get that ball up into their attacking half. Not successful with doing so far. 20 minutes or 25 minutes into this game. Now here's Pat Tejada. He's got space to dribble. Hayden, he could play it on the bench a little bit too hard though, and the ball just recycles back to James Garfink. He plays it wide to Giz. Giz pass one, pass two. He could play it off to someone else now. Looks for the through ball to Luke Ferris, but it's just a little bit off, a little bit behind him, and Derek Petey will pick it up.
He had the right idea there in his head. It's just unfortunate that Fairways had overrun the ball a little bit.
Especially with Giz, he's another player coming back along with Bobby. We might see Bobby come in soon, but it's good to see him be integrated back into the play, and it looks like he didn't miss a minute.
Hayden Lim's going to beat Rosensteel the ball. He's got one touch for a shot, and he's going to hit it right back in the bottom left corner of the goal to bury it for a 3-0 lead for Calvert Hall.
That was clinical. Great goal from Hayden Lim right there. Beautiful ball from Shane Allen off the head, and he just flicks it on to Hayden. Hayden with one touch, keeps it in the air, and volleys it down low to the left side of Derek Petey. And quick start for Calvert Hall. Exactly what they've been looking for, and great stuff. Very encouraging.
Calvert Hall goal scored by Hayden Lim. Oregon for Fairways. Entering the game for Calvert Hall.
Clock.
What the hell? You do what? Just do something.
Start. So freshman Riley Organ comes in for Luke Faris, and already seeing some new faces in the lineup now, with Calvert off to an early 3-0 lead. And we also see the other freshman, Will Andrus, up and ready next to Coach Rich right now, and he'll be coming on shortly, possibly for Patrick Tejada, maybe James Garfink. Who knows? He's been playing a wide role for the midfield this year, and it's good to see him getting out as well.
Big goal kick from John Carroll. Headed right back by Calvert Hall.
And here's Shane Allen. He plays it on Patrick Tejada. Giz fights him off the ball. Now he weighs his options. Plays it on to Bender. Bender has options in the middle, and it just gets out of bounds. Another goal kick booted out by John Carroll.
Will Andrews.
Play on advantage, says the ref. John Carroll now just moving the ball around through the midfield. Here's Kyle Malkachik.
Entering the game for John Carroll, number 13, Jake Sheck.
And Will Andrews has come in now. He's replaced Chris Link. So he'll be looking to get some touches. He's on the far side right now. Chris throws it into Shane Allen. Ball gets by. Riley Oregon with a quick attempt, and he boots it out of bounds. John Carroll throw in.
And now about 13 and a half minutes left. Calvert Hall leads 3-0. Off goals from Luke Ferris, Ben Bender, and Hayden Lim.
Throw in from Jake Sheck, but Calvert Hall quick to take it away. And now you see the two freshmen linking up front, Will Andrews and Riley Oregon. I haven't seen them play much together this year, so this will be a very interesting experiment, so to say, the two future pieces of Carroll soccer. Now Cam Oren, lots of space to move. He plays on to Riley Oregon. Oregon plays it to Tahada, and he swings it back to Michael Gisrael. Gives it a long ball to Andy Christ. Christ now with space. Left foot shot. Scores. What seemed to amass from nothing, a quick, long cross from Michael Gisrael quickly turned into Andy Christ getting past Jake Sheck and putting in with his left foot a quick finesse shot. And it just rolls by Derek Peaty by his stretched arms. And Calvert Hall, like I forecasted earlier, Dean, up 4-0 before halftime and trying to put this game to bed early. So it took them 80 minutes to do in the reverse fixture. It only took them, I'd say, 28 minutes to do today. So they're already up 4-0, and they seem to be rolling through this one.
I think they're just really fired up about these last few games. They've had really unfortunate overtime losses in the last week, and I think they're trying to let off some steam.
Might be stating the obvious, but I feel like Coach Rich might have told his team avoid overtime today, and it looks like they're doing a pretty good job of that today. Now here's Andy Christ, the goal scorer. He puts it on to Riley Oregon. Riley plays it back to Shane. Shane with the shot just goes wide, and John Carroll will have a goal kick. Maybe some time to breathe as a couple substitutes come in.
Entering the game for Calvert Hall, Liam Giblett. He replaces Andy Christ.
New face for Calvert Hall, Liam Gibling, the sophomore. Finally an opportunity for him to get some time after all these injuries. He's found himself on the field. So another piece for Calvert Hall that will be definitely leaned on in the future after some of these guys graduate this year and next year. We have a very junior-heavy team this year. Calvert Hall pressing very high right now. John Carroll, Derek Peaty just boots it upfield, looking to get it away from the front line, Shane Allen, Will Andrews, and Riley Oregon. And now here's Will. He plays it back to Hayden Lim. Hayden plays it up to Shane. Shane back to Hayden. Great interchange between the two right there. Hayden now with a long ball. He finds Michael Gisrael. Giz has Riley Oregon on the far post.
Shane Allen went in as well.
He does lob it, a rainbow cross. Riley puts it back across and finds Patrick Tahada. Great play from Calvert Hall there. Michael Gisrael to Riley again. Riley with the head back to Pat Tahada. And Tahada puts it in for Calvert Hall's 5th in the first half. Riley Organ's first assist of his Calvert Hall career. Good to see him rolling.
First it is Brady.
Dean, I might know your answer here, but are you encouraged by Calvert Hall's start here?
Yeah, I think they're doing a pretty good job so far, really. I think it's just a big game of trying to possess the ball and see what they can do by getting a lot of shots on target.
Now, I hate to be a pessimist, but any negatives you've seen so far?
Not much. I feel like I'm doing a little more in trying to keep their shots on target. They have a lot of goals, obviously, but they have to be able to keep the ball on target, keep the shots coming at the keeper.
Yeah, I think now with this open style of play that John Carroll has and more of a zone defensive coverage, it might be an opportunity for Calvert Hall to start working on their passing with each other. I think that maybe some more interchanges like we just saw in that last goal. I think that it's an opportunity for Calvert Hall to get a little more cheeky with their play and quicker, less touches, less dribbling. I think we could see Calvert Hall work on some long balls like we have already. The last two goals coming off of Gizrael long balls. Seems like it's really working for him. First game back off the injury. And I think that Calvert Hall just, honestly, they should see this as an opportunity to just keep working. As we see Pat Reefin now already. It's just a good opportunity for Calvert Hall to just test things out, I think. Bobby Wells, I hope to see him come in soon. Now with a 5-0 lead, it'll be a good time for him to test the waters. I think this is a very positive stance for Calvert Hall. I think that they'll just keep working, and we'll see how many goals they score. This is pretty fun.
And do that, and see them continue to possess the ball as they're going to call. Maybe they're foul offsides over there. It's hard to tell.
And we see in their warm-ups before every game, they're just doing possession. So I think that Calvert Hall could really take this as a chance to just work on the possession, move the ball around, keep it away from John Carroll. Not necessarily go to goal on the first chance, but just keep moving the ball, swing it around. And I think that finding the holes in John Carroll's defense will help them in future games, not just here. So now Jake Sheck with a long throw. Goes over the head of all John Carroll players. And now Calvert Hall with the chance to get the ball back up the field. Here's Will Andrus. He finds Organt. Organt back to Andrus. Andrus with a long cross to Michael Gizrael. Giz plays up to Tejada, who already has one on the day. Tejada takes his time, plays it back to Hayden Lim. And Lim will swing it back to Spencer Nattens. And just working that possession, Spencer lobs it up in the air. A little pressure from Gavin Green, John Carroll striker. But Calvert Hall just taking it slow now, sitting back. Opportunity for them to just swing the ball around, get touches for everyone. And here's Hayden Lim. He looks to get it up to Shane Allen. Shane was not goal side of the defender there, but he does work to get himself goal side. And now the ball is back with Calvert Hall. Here's Shane. He plays it to Gibling. Gibling with a long ball straight towards the goal, over the head of Riley Organt, and out for a goal kick.
Yeah, right idea there from Gibling. But again, both sides of the field are doing a very good job trying to get the ball out to the striker there. Just off the Hall with a great pass earlier to Shane Allen. Defender made a nice play there to keep the ball away from him. But good play by Gibling to make sure that ball gets right back into the fray in the middle of the box. Long free kick. Gill's going to be there, but ends up for nets.
Another opportunity that arises for Calvert Hall here is a chance for rest. The starters, obviously on the back line, especially, as John Carroll just looking for a chance here. Spencer Nattens will collect. The starters on the back line, not a single opportunity for rest against Gilman. Neither did they have it against Loyola. So this will be a chance for the guys who have played almost 180 minutes of soccer in just 3 days. It'll give them an opportunity to take some time and get a couple breathers.
Calling Gavin Green from being sent by Calvert Hall. Tejada takes it out wide, no one near him. Probably Oregon's running on the sideline looking for a through ball. Now going to try hitting it through to Shane Allen, but not going to make it. Now Oregon defending. Shorts is going to clear it across. Good header by Giblin to drop it back.
Here's Cam Owen with another opportunity to take the ball upfield. A lot of green space on the field right now. It's not really very dense for Calvert Hall. They've done a good job of spreading themselves out today. And you've seen that on the past couple goals with long crosses from Michael Gisrael. Calvert Hall just sort of spreading the field, using as much turf to their advantage. Now here's Shane Allen. He chests it back to Hayden Lim. Hayden up to Riley Organt, who's running towards the corner. Tyler Rosso pressuring him. Here's Andrus. Opportunity to cross a curler to Shane Allen. Shane plays it back to Pat Reef. Reef lets it for Giz. Giz now to Tejada in the corner. He crosses one in, but it is intervened by John Carroll's defense, and another opportunity for Calvert Hall. Now Pat Tejada again with the ball.
Taking his time looking for his options.
He whips one. Shane with the header.
Good play there from Tejada and Shane Allen.
These crosses are really working for Calvert Hall so far. Just keep finding opportunities off of them. It seems like Calvert Hall over the past few games have strayed away from that style where they just lob it over the top. And I think it's the absence of Sean Barwick that's really caused that. They've had to move to some bigger bodies. You still have the speed in Ryan Facetta, but he is a very tall guy. And you also have Shane Allen as striker. So it's a big chance for Calvert Hall here to start working on the crosses and sort of a new style of attack that we've seen from them. Less of the pacey lob over the top play and more of the articulated, very well thought out, precise crosses. Tejada's pass to Organt just strays a little too far from him. And now John Carroll with a chance to breathe. Here's Chase Vogel. Brett Shorts plays back to Vogel. Vogel back to Shorts. He plays Gavin Green. And Cam Owen intervenes. He pulls the ball away. Plays it back to Giz. Giz to Pat. Pat lets it by. And it just misses the slide tackle of Riley Organt. And now the ball just bouncing around in the midfield. And now Mikulczyk, he plays it on. Clay McComas pokes it out, and he will find a chance to get the ball upfield himself. He keeps on going, lobs it over, a little bit too strong, and Derek Petey will grab it up and look to distribute. Just a minute left in this very eventful first half for Calvert Hall, and 5 on the scoreboard already. We're looking at 7 shots on target, so that conversion rate is very well. And Calvert Hall, a very convincing first half. Cleared out by Giz, not taking any chances with Gavin Green breathing on his neck. Spencer Naddens tells him, I could have had a chance, but he understands. And John Carroll will have a throw-in, I believe.
I think just Kiddo was just trying to be safe about it. He thinks he's still confident in not letting the corner get anywhere. As you see, as it goes out off the crossbar, it goes out for a goal kick. Now about 20 seconds left, we're getting ready to go to halftime again. Cardinals lead 5-0 over John Carroll.
Spencer Nattens will take his grand old time here with the goal kick. No rush. nothing to work for here, up 5-0. He can just boot this one, see what happens as the buzzer sounds. And Calvert Hall has the halftime, 5-0. Coach Rich will have I hope, a lighthearted halftime speech. Not much to work on, but obviously the pursuit of perfection for Calvert Hall. There will be some improvements in the second half. I would love to see what it is, though. Any takeaways? What have you seen that might not meet the eye at first in this first half?
Well, right away, I just see the influence of the starters. They did a great job out there. Obviously, all of them started right away. Most main ones, Bender, Weedy, Facetta, coming out here replacing Barwick, doing a great job, by the way. They really held on the fort right away. Got 2 goals in the first 20 minutes or so. And honestly, I don't think we'll see them back. I think they're going to get their rest, get ready for return on Thursday. What I want to see in this next 40 minutes, I think all the other guys who don't get much time against these McDonoughs and Loyolas in the world, like guys like Liam Giblin who came in and Patrick Reef. I want to see these guys come out here and show why they're on this team.
Yeah, it's good to see some new guys in there because next year, you'll have Cameron out. He's going to graduate. You have Bobby Wells graduating. You have Spencer Nans graduating. So I think we'll see some Andrew Levis action later in the game. You just see all these guys, and there's not many seniors on this team, but the ones who are on this team, they play a lot. So it's good to see some new guys, some juniors, some sophomores, and even the freshmen get their time, and they'll be ready for next year. And what I was really impressed with Calvert Hall, there can be 2 different 5-0 results in a game. There can be a 5-0 result where it takes them 2 halves to get to it, and you can also score 5 goals in the first half. And what Calvert Hall really did today in the first half was kick the uncertainty out of the game. They didn't let that doubt sink in. First goal, 10 minutes into the game. And then by the time you have 15 minutes left, it's already 3-0. So Calvert Hall really just making sure that doubt doesn't sink in and taking care of it before John Carroll starts to think, hey, we got a chance. Because last year, if you remember last year, we let that doubt sink in. And next thing you know, double overtime. And John Carroll got a little lucky, scored a goal, and actually won here. So it's important for Calvert Hall to get out there early and get the goal quick. So it's good to see that today. We're going to take a quick step off. About 7 minutes, we'll be back. It's good to have you guys. Stick with us. We'll have a great second half. See you soon. Seconds away from the start of the second half. I'm back. Dean's back. And we're just working things out. Calvert Hall coming back out on the field. John Carroll coming back out on the field. See a lot of starters back in, but also some new faces. We got Liam Gibling playing left back. Will Andrus playing left mid. Stephen Welsh is in for the first time today. Ryan Facetta back in. So, Calvert Hall looking to keep up that form from their first half. And hopefully we'll see some more goals. And we're underway. Here's Sheck. Quickly we see Liam Gibling with an opportunity. Coming all the way up from left back. Now Will Andrus, he'll take his time and get the ball back to Clay McComas. McComas lobs it up, but is intercepted by number 26, Jordan Romero. Romero plays back to Sheck. Yeah.
I see now, I don't believe Cam Oren is in. He's finally getting a break today. And Clay McComas is still manning that back line. With Chris Link back there for some playing defense I've seen a lot. I know he's a defender at heart, but he's been on the wings and in the midfield the last few weeks.
Yeah, I think we'll continue to see Clay. He's been a interim center back this season for the past, I'd say, a few weeks now. But it's very important for him to fit into that line. So it's important to see Clay get some more touches as center back, because I think with all the injuries, we might see him stay there for a while. Because we do have an abundance of wing backs, and Clay has been very strong as center back. So I think that he'll continue to work some kinks out. He had a great game against Gilman and was really unfortunate to be called for a penalty late in that game. The ref even admitted it was a bad call, but we'll move on because we have a 5-0 lead against John Carroll right now, as Calvert Hall starts up the second half with the ball yet again. Clay McComas plays across to Andy Christ. Andy gets it. He plays to Hayden Lim. Lim now with a little space. Lobs it towards the corner for Will Andrus. He's called off sides, and John Carroll gets a little breather and a chance to get the ball up the field. Christian Smith, we've seen his big foot on goal kicks so far today. He will be taking the free kick. Launches it. Finds the chest of Clay McComas. McComas finds Facetta. Facetta, Hayden Lim. Hayden Lim to another youngster, Will Andrus. Will back to Hayden. And Hayden back to Giblin. And we also see Andrew Levis in now, the junior, peer minister, getting some time with the gloves on at goalkeeper. Spencer Natton's likely done for the day, just getting some rest. It's always good to see the goalies get some time because it is very tiring standing back there all day. So Spencer, after 2 games in 4 days, will have a chance to get a quick breather.
It really looks like at this point Calvert Hall is just trying to possess the ball and keep it away from John Carroll. I don't know how many more goals they're going to try to score, but they're just trying to keep possession in the back. But I think that's their main goal right now. Hold the ball for the entire half.
This might come off a little braggy. I don't know if they're going to try to score now, but they might end up scoring, you know. But I don't think that their first aim isn't to go straight to goal. As we can see right now, they're just playing the ball around, finding the open man first, not the goal. As it just keeps coming back to that back line. Liam Gibling getting a lot of touches right now. Now here's Jordan Romero. Romero plays it on for Hayden Gang, but it just rolls out of bounds. Link watches it go out. He'll hand it to Levis for a goal kick. John Carroll yet to record a shot on goals, and that might be a goal for Calvert Hall in the second half. Keep it as that. No chances for John Carroll. Don't let them get the ball in the box, number one. They've done a good job of that today. And number two, just don't let them have any opportunities to rip one, because As we saw with Ben Bender earlier, he had a chance from far out. He took a shot and it hit the bar. But all it takes is just one shot, and the next thing you know, the ball's in the net, and they have a little bit of energy. So Calvert Hall just sort of playing around, getting their feet in the water in the second half, and we'll see how they work this out. Giblin throws it to Facetta. Facetta back to Giblin. His pass is a little bit off, and now John Carroll with the ball. Liam is fouled by Ryan Petty, and a quick restart for Calvert Hall. Hayden Lim plays on to Andy Christ. Ryan Lombardi called off sides. He's gotten into the game now. First time in today, and he might be in for a while, starting that second half. Tough foul for Barty, though. And John Carroll with an opportunity now to get the ball into the attacking half. Free kick in midfield. Rossa plays it short and then lobs it. Hayden Gang with a shot, but it is wide. So Levis will pick up the ball and take another goal kick. Field seems a little more condensed to start the second half. I think Calvert Hall has yet to find their flow. I don't think they need to just yet, though, but they have yet to spread out that field. Here's Liam Gibling. He finds a crack to Stephen Welsh. Welsh to Andrus. Now back into the middle of Hayden Lim. Lim tries to turn, but gives it away to, looks to be Jordan Romero. Now Andrus back to Gibling. He has time and space. Now with Dylan Burris. Now here's Clay McComas. Very close to giving the ball away there, but it does find Link. Link being pressed by Hayden Gang. He gets it up to Stephen Welsh. He's playing more of a midfield role today, whereas we've seen him at striker forward throughout the season. Now here's Hayden Lim, back to Will Andrus. Jordan Romero boots it out of bounds, and Carroll will have a throw-in. Carroll is still just working the ball around right now. We're about 8 minutes into this second half. Hayden Lim finds Andy Christ. Andy with a chance to get forward here. And now Lombardi with a cross. Facetta gets up in the air, gets ahead to it, but it's deflected by John Carroll defender. And now Andrus will just swing it back around. Giving what looked to be a cross attempt. Gets blocked by Jordan Romero. Gibbon gets past Romero. He finds Welsh. Welsh with a shot. Very good save there from Derek Peaty. And that's the first time I've seen John Carroll really tested from a distance besides the crossbar. Calvert Hall's played a little bit of small ball, but we do see a long attempt from Stephen Welsh there. And Peaty did a good job of collecting it.
Gibble and Lim pass it back and forth. Gibble upfield for Andrews, but it's going to go out of bounds for John Carroll throwing.
Here's Alex Sheck. Long throw. It hits the arm of Clay McComas. And John Carroll now with the closest free kick they've had all day. Christian Smith to take this free kick. He's been John Carroll's long ball specialist today, and he will whip one in. It's an outswinger. And quickly cleared by Clay McComas. Now Facetta with a chance. It bounces off someone's heel, and he'll have the ball. He can play it over to Lombardi now. He'll keep it himself. Plays it to Welsh. Welsh with a shot, left foot, and it just curls wide of the post. Calvert Hall with a quick counterattack play. We haven't seen much counterattack from them today, as they haven't had to. You see, they've held possession most of the game, and John Carroll hasn't really had that chance to set up a counterattack for Calvert Hall. So it's good to see that they're still on their feet, on their toes rather, and able to quickly turn that ball over. Welsh just trying to get the ball off his feet right now. Jordan Mato with some very high pressing. He pulls off. A little chip intended for hitting Gang, but Calvert Hall just trying to pull the ball away here. Hayden Lim now with it. He gives it to Welsh. Welsh with an opportunity to play it long. It falls off the foot of Tyler Rosso, and now Lombardi fighting for it in the corner. He stumbles on it a little bit, but it does get back to Link. So Calvert Hall with another opportunity just to move the ball around as we see the field starting to spread out again, Dean.
28 minutes left now. Calvert Hall just trying to find a way around this defense.
Link first one to it. Heavy touch, and now a couple of soft ones. He plays with the outside of his foot to Will Andrus. Now Andrus back to Link. The ball just moving around, and it slowly rolls to Derek Petey. He'll take his time, no rush here. It's a 5-0 ball game, and he'll launch a long punt. High, and bounces out of bounds. So Liam Gibling to take the throw in. Couple substitutions for Calvert Hall. Just 12 minutes into the second half. Riley Organ replaces Ryan Facetta, and Pat Tejada replaces what looks to be Dylan Burris.
Riley Organ and Patrick Tejada. They replace Dylan Burris and Ryan Facetta.
Great PA announcing from ours truly, Dean Sarazzini here. We're still missing Mr. Clark, so if he's watching this in grad school right now, please come back.
Everyone in Triple D right now. Review, PA, and the scoreboard. John Carroll looking for a counterattack, but good defense there.
It's good to see Lombardi in. I think he should be getting a lot more time, and I think this is a good opportunity for him to show that himself. So he's been in for 13 minutes now, and he's been a centerpiece of Calvert Hall's attack so far. The ball just running up those wings, kind of playing around in a U formation right now. We see Stephen Welsh moving up to a striker role, pairing with Riley Organt. Along with some new faces, we do have a very young lineup on the field right now. Have 3 sophomores and 2 freshmen on the field. It's good to see that. Great opportunity for them to get some more time, shake some cobwebs off. This isn't your average club soccer that you get raised up in. It's more physical, a lot more fast-paced, less casual. As Stephen Welsh, that's a goal. Very quick. Good to see him on his toes. Never letting the play end. So Stephen Welsh with a very heads-up, smart soccer IQ play. Gets himself a goal. Yeah.
Anyone have composure to tap out of the goal when he gets around the keeper. Carroll goal scored by Steve Welsh.
So Steve Welsh is the sixth person, I believe, to find himself on the score sheet. 6 different scorers today.
That's the see from Calvert Hall showing everybody's getting shots off. Everybody's getting in the box trying to finish balls.
Just for the heck of it, let's see Andrew Levis run the ball up and get a shot himself. Here's Riley Organt. Oh. Does well to get the ball past or to the side of the John Carroll defender. I believe it was Christian Smith. But Smith did catch his other leg, and Riley Organt draws the foul. Pat Tejada to take from about, I'd say, 35 yards out here. He lobs it up. Tries to find the head of Stephen Welsh. Instead, it finds the foot of Liam Gibling. Gibling with a shot. It's blocked by a crowd of John Carroll defenders. And this one will just be cleared out by Matt Matrega. Chris Link throws it. He finds Chris. Now Clay McComas. Takes his time. Plays it to the corner for Will Andrus, and he is caught off sides. Unfortunate there. But with so much time, you do have to scope out that line. And I think maybe Clay just holding the ball a little bit longer held Will off a little bit. He threw him off. So John Carroll with an opportunity to reset. Long free kick. Finds Jordan Romero. He takes the ball to the corner. Liam Gibling, his match. Gets it past Gibling. Passes it to Moran. Moran with some sort of shot. He's body off the ball. And it rolls nonchalantly past the post. So Andrew Levis will take the goal kick. A plethora of substitutions here. Looks like Shane Allen's coming in. As well as Mike Israel back in.
They replace Eddie Chris and Hayden Lim.
Welsh finds Pat Tejada. Tejada finds Lombardi. Lombardi with a step over. He pulls it back to Giz. Giz with that cross of his. Finds the foot of Riley Organt. And Riley scores. Riley Organt's first Calvert Hall goal. It's been a pretty good day for him. First assist, first goal. He's my brother.
Pretty good day for you.
Nah, I mean, yeah, whatever. But great play from Calvert Hall there. So 7-0 now for Calvert Hall. We're just John Carroll goal away from a little Brazil-Germany action. 7-1 or 7-0 now for Calvert Hall.
Just the kind of bounce back game Calvert Hall needed after these last 2 overtime losses. The big confidence was for Calvert Hall coming into McDonough on Thursday.
And from my memory, I don't know if this is just, I don't know how I know this, but the team did have a good workload against John Carroll last time out. They definitely worked these crosses as you see them do today. I think that maybe it's the style of play. Maybe they just fit really well against this team. But I think the crosses are really working out for Calvert Hall. As we saw Gizro create yet another goal. That's his 3rd goal created today off of his crosses. So I think that Calvert Hall may have found a match here.
I'm a little happy to see I see Bobby Wells getting ready to come back on the sideline. That'd be his first minute to the season this year. Mike Murphy's getting ready to sub in too, so that Levis and the third Calvert Hall rookie to get in the game today. While they finish up the game as well.
John Carroll with their first corner of the day. It is headed but wide. So John Carroll yet to record that shot on goal. And now we'll see Mike Murphy come in and we'll see if he gets tested.
Entering the game for Calvert Hall, Patrick Reef, Mike Murphy, and Bobby Wells. Now Bobby's a kid. Dude, that would be so funny. Oh, the crowd like that.
Here's Ryan Lombardi. He plays on O'Reilly Organt. Organt. Now Tejada. Tejada back to Organt. Chance to cross here. He does. Almost finds Will Andrus. It would be cool to see both freshmen get their first career goals today. So we'll see if Andrus is given the opportunity. Very solid slide tackle there from number 2, Andrew Pace. Now Tejada. He finds Shane Allen. Shane with a great shot. And another pretty good save from Derek Petey right there. It's been a tough day for him, obviously, with all the shots on him. That was the 12th shot on goal today for Calvert Hall. So he's been tested a lot, and it's tough. Here's Riley Organt. He's held on sides. Saved. Pat Reef with the shot. Goes wide for a throw-in. I told his dad he's gonna get his goal today, and I stick by that. I think Pat Reef will get his goal today. Jinx. You're good. Now Pat Reef to Ryan Lombardi. Here's Tejada. Nah.
It's going to be a free kick now for Calvert Hall. Just outside the 18-yard box.
Pat Tejada take with that right foot of his. I think we'll see a shot attempt here, but Carroll is lining up for a possible cross. Tejada will take. He shoots. It is a little high, a little wide, and John Carroll will have a goal kick. So Bobby Wells, back from that foot injury. He has been out of that boot for a couple weeks now, but he took it slow, took it safe. It was a big injury. He was out for 6 months or so it's good. And there's his first touch back off the head of his. And now John Carroll just scrambling to get that ball out of their attacking or their defending half. Pat Reef does well to draw a foul there. He plays it to Tejada. Tejada gets through a few John Carroll defenders. He gets the ball back. And now John Carroll with an opportunity to counterattack here. They're slow to get it out. Bobby Wells does well to get the ball from them. And now Barty with a chance to cross here. Couple shoulder fakes. He'll cross at one end. Off the head of Bobby Wells. So close. The bench was ready to jump for joy there. But it'll be saved for another time. As we all do. Everyone does. If we can get anything out of this game in these remaining 17 minutes, It should be a goal from Bobby.
We missed him. We're glad he's back. Can't wait to watch him play for the last few weeks of the season here.
Here's Organt. Plays on to Andrus. The slide of Garrett Phillips will knock it out of bounds. And it'll be a Carroll throw-in. So Petey will launch a punt for the sole striker, number 6, Andrew Klein, but does not find his feet, as Calvert Hall now have a chance to get the ball up the field again. Link with a cheeky turn, plays it on to Wells, and Wells now to Gibbling. Gibling's pass does not find the feet of Pat Reef, though, and John Carroll will just kick it upfield, and Murph gets his first touch of the day. Shane Allen. And now to Pat Tejada. Tejada will play it through, but it does find the hands of Derek Petey, and Petey will redistribute.
Yeah, now 15 minutes left. Hall is just trying to get a fan base. I think their biggest goal left is to get a shutout here, just to fully up the confidence boost for this week. Good slide there from Tejada.
The great Yogi Berra once said, "It ain't over till it's over." And the effort of Calvert Hall will always show that value, never giving up, even when up 7-0 and 15 minutes left. It is not over just yet, and they will keep pushing. I don't know about that one. It's whatever. 7-0. I'm not gonna be too distraught by that offsides call, but the booth will make it clear that we do not agree with that one. Right, Dean?
It's like a broken record right now. And we free kick now for John Carroll midfield.
Here's Garrett Phillips. Oh. Murph with his first test of the day. Does well to collect it. He will take his time and rolls it to Michael Gisrael. Giz finds Lombardi. Will Andrus with some high press. Just over the head of Bobby Wells. But Shane Allen now has a chance. He launches a long ball. Ryan Lombardi in a foot race. He gets the first touch. He gets a second. Pokes it. It hits the leg of John Carroll's defender and goes out for a goal or a corner kick. So, good little play there from Shane Allen to find Lombardi open. Lombardi with those quick feet of his gets down there. And Calvert Hall makes a quick substitution. Hayden Lim back into the game. Chris Link out. Organt to take the corner kick here. Right foot. Finds Giz, but Giz misses the shot. Pat Tejada takes one, though, on a second opportunity, and it's blocked by by John Carroll's defense. Foul from Justin Gischel right there. Shane Allen plays it back to Bobby Wells. Bobby with a long one. Hits a field goal.
3 points. Bobby wins. About 11 and a half left. Tejada lets it drop back to Giblin. Middle field finds Hayden Lim.
Lim again. Lim finds Wells. Quick triangle play from Calvert Hall. So Calvert Hall now in preparations for that big game against McDonough, the #1 team in the MIAA, on Thursday, 6 o'clock game. Hayden Lim crosses it in. And it's a huge game for Calvert Hall. They haven't been able to beat a top team yet. They were so close to doing so against Loyola on Friday.
I was in the Carroll game at Reef Cup. The McDonough game went to overtime. The Loyola game went to overtime. The Gilman game yesterday went to overtime. They've been in every one of these games, and they've just been really unlucky in the second overtime.
Yeah, they've been a couple bounces away from being one of the best teams in the MIAA. They are one of the best teams, but they could be the best team in the
They
MIAA.
have a 3 or 4 game swing of Varsity. They haven't had the luck.
And that home game against Loyola, it was terrible weather. They played really well, too, but the ball just slipped around, and Loyola was able to get a couple goals in on us. But that one was another close one. So Calvert Hall, they're just a couple plays away, a couple key motivators away from being that top team, and they could really prove that on Thursday against McDonough. Now here's Organt. He takes the ball off the wing. Tries to get it past number 24, Ryan Rosensteel, but Rosensteel kicks it out. Lombardi with a long throw, just over the head of Tejada. Bobby with a strike, but it's blocked down. Now here's Gischel. Boots one up to Garrett Phillips, but it rolls out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Calvert Hall. Murph boots this one up, not really intending for the ball to go to anyone, just trying to get it out of the box. Now it's just bouncing around in the midfields. Reef plays it on, almost finds Riley Organt, but he will get the ball back himself. Just keep working for that possession. We now see Will Andrus on the right side of the field, and Pat Tejada on the left. So a little bit of a shift in positioning here. Riley Organt up playing striker with Ryan Lombardi, and Pat Reef as a supporting role with that center attacking mid. We see Reef here. Now to Hayden Lim. Hayden, opportunity strike, pulls it back out. Shane Allen lets it go. Shot from Liam Giblin right there, but it's high and will not be a goal for Calvert Hall. And now just another goal kick for John Carroll. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game. And Calvert Hall just putting their finishing touches on this one. Not putting any risks. Don't want another injury. God forbid. We don't want to see another key player go down. That's why we see a lot of new faces on the field right now. Just preserving the guys who we saw play almost all the game against Gilman yesterday. You know, not even 24 hours of rest. And they're back out on the field against John Carroll. So it's good to see them get some rest today.
Yeah, this will be ready and rejuvenated for John Carroll after playing 3 games this week. Again, Guidi, I think Guidi only played the first 10 minutes of the game. He hasn't been back out since. Same for Dylan Burks.
It'll be a throw-in from Calvert Hall's corner. Bobby Wells just boots it. Now here's Andrew Pace for John Carroll. Gishel misses it. And now Calvert Hall with a chance to get the ball up the field once more. Hayden Lim, he's got space. No one near him right now. He's now in the corner. Taken on by Phillips. He plays it to Oregant. Oregant to Tejada. Tejada will cross it. It's a floater. Backspin. Andrus with the shot. Just wide. So another little good piece of play right there. A long ball to the corner for Hayden Lim. Hayden did a good job of not rushing it into the box. He put it back to Riley Oregant, and Riley led it on to Pat Tejada for the cross from a much better angle. Great piece of work from Calvert Hall there. And you gotta keep in mind, these aren't the starters here. You know, these are guys that are second string, third string, and yet they're still piecing together some great plays, and that's very encouraging. It shows that even in the wake of all these injuries, Calvert Hall still has that depth that they can go to when they need it, especially after in their third game in 5 days, very depleted legs of Calvert Hall. You can still turn to that depth with a 7-0 lead, definitely inviting you to turn to that depth, but Calvert Hall definitely showing that they are reliable.
I mean, absolutely. I think these guys are really just trying to show stuff out there, trying to show they deserve a little bit more minutes. Like some of the guys who scored today, Riley Oregon, for example, he's trying to show their tradition. They should get some time in these other games that are left. Again, it seems like it's when they get the chance to play. As Oregon gets another shot off, it's blocked. Risky play, but good save by Mike Murphy.
Now Liam Gibling. He's going to play a long one just to get it away from the high press of John Carroll. Pat Reef heads it on, but nothing to come from it. Here's Will Andrus playing a little more of a deeper role now on that right side. Launches one, finds Lombardi. Lombardi to Lim. Now Lim with a lot of space and a lot of options. Chooses to shoot, it's blocked, and it rolls with a little bit of pressure to Derek Petey. Just headed out by Liam Gibling there. And Garrett Phillips will take the throw-in. Tejada with a flying knee to make contact with the ball. Lombardi plays it through. Riley Oregon plays it. It finds Will Andrus. Oregon and Andrus grew up together on FCUSA, played together for many years on the club level, and now they are together at high school. So they do have that strong chemistry, and it's good to see this is their first time out together. So it's good to see both of them on the field, and you see examples like that right there, just playing some quick balls. They know each other's next step. Now John Carroll knocking on the doorstep here. That will be called a foul on Andrew Klein. And John Carroll bailed out of a close call right there, as the ball did find its way into the box for one of the first times today for John Carroll. Now Michael Gisrell will use a big foot Tries to find Shane Allen, but it's just over his head. Hayden plays a long roller past the legs of Riley Organt. Riley in the corner now, just putting some pressure on, making the John Carroll defender, number 13, Jake Scheck, really work for it. And he will foul him, but good play from the Carroll attacking line there, just to make sure that John Carroll knows, just under a minute, but you're not going to get any easy ones. So now in the waning seconds of this one, Dean, what's your outtake on this one, and do you think this will carry over to the game against McDonough?
Absolutely. That's why they tried to play. That's why they tried for this result in this game. They want to go into McDonough as they really foul Riley as it isn't coming close.
Well, that one ends on a little bit of a sour note. Some chippy play from John Carroll. Pat Tejada made sure it was known that you're not going to get away with that, not in any time in this game, no matter the score. But Calvert does walk away with this one with a 7-0 victory. And as we were talking before that foul right there, Dean, going into Thursday, a big one against McDonough. As we've said this many times going into games, but this is definitely one of the biggest games of the year.
Come out there with a lot of confidence, and this is going to boost their confidence.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. You can see it in the way they played in the second half. A lot more confidence from the guys. You see them a little more ready to take the ball down the wing, cross it in. You don't see that confidence normally from Calvert Hall, especially coming off of 2 grueling overtime losses. But it's definitely an added boost going into this game against McDonough.
I think this game's going to make a big difference in how Calvert Hall plays on Thursday. I feel like it obviously can't make up for what happened in these last 2 games. They have the fortunate losses, the unluckiness, penalty calls that they've had. But I feel like they're going to go in the best they can, and they're going to give McDonough a run for their money.
You can't erase the losses, but with this big game coming against McDonough, they can sort of redeem themselves. Pick up some key points and also take down McDonough a little bit, knock them down the standings. And obviously, as they've gained some confidence here, I'm sure that they'll be floating on cloud 9 if they could come off with a victory at McDonough on a primetime game. So coming off of a big win here, 7-0, a lot of goal scorers, a couple big ones, Riley Organt with his first career goal. Also, Michael Gisriel created 3 goals today, and it's good to see him back in the lineup. Bobby Wells, he's finally back, and it'll be great to have him hopefully in full form on Thursday. So thank you for tuning in today. It was a pleasure. Great game. I'm glad you guys caught a good one today. 7-0 Calvert Hall. I'm Brady Organt.
I'm Dean Saracini.
We'll see you guys later.